I need to stop buying books. Hello people, my name is Eva. Welcome to another video, and it's another book haul because that's the only thing that I do here on my channel. But don't worry if you are a little bit nitpicky about the book hauls and you're buying too many books and all that stuff. I am doing an haul and I have already a stack books that I'm going to unhaul. I'm shooting from this angle because I'm currently reorganizing my bookshelves behind me because of all the new books and the books that I have taken off my shelf and stuff like that. So this is the angle. I like it quite well actually. So yeah, let's get started. You can see some of the stack of books over here, so I will just get to work. So the first one I have is The Unspoken Name, A.K. Lockwood, and I believe this is about an orc priestess to be sacrificed to their god when a mysterious man comes along and offers her another way. And the story goes from there. That's what I believe the story is about. I bought this in my local bookshop. I have been eyeing it for a while, so I was like, why not buying it? I'm only going to buy something else that I might be interested in. As far as I know, this is a duology, as I believe. So it's a nice, short series. So if I like it, it's going to be easy to get through it and read it. So yeah, that was my first book. The next one is a Danish book, and that is Dragekonge, Heksejægernes Bytte by P. Eibeit. And this one is about witches, I believe. I have a goal of reading more Danish fantasy and from Danish authors. Because I have found out that I don't really like when the books are translated from English to Danish and stuff like that. I feel that some of the good vibes kind of falls away for the Danish language. And am I shading the Danish language? So I decided now I want to try only to read Danish authors in the books and not the translated work of from English to Danish. So this one is one of the books that I have been eyeing for a while. I believe this is a trilogy, and look at this. And it sounded interesting, and I've been looking at it for a while. So yes, that was that one. The next one is a small book, and that is a pre-order, and that is called Venom by Kristen Burchell. And as far as I know, this was a kind of Wattpad story, I believe. Let's see. It was just an ebook, and Oligan Press make it a goal to get some ebooks. There's only there is only ebooks to book format, at least once, some of them. And Sot had taken Badiraya's mother, her friends, and even her freedom. Using her magic and alchemy, she desperately tries to save the one thing that the sands had not yet stolen, her future. And it sounds really interesting. It's a very short book, so it's probably going to be an easy read, to be honest. There's only like almost 200 pages, so that is probably going to be an easy read. I really like the cover. It's very simple, and yet it has there are stars and stuff like that, so I really like it, and I like the font of the text as well. So that is one. And next one, I subscribe to Fairyloot. No. I subscribe to Alka S. Olsen, and this one is stunning. It's really pretty. I like this cover so much better than the first one. This one is a fantasy that I don't really gravitate too much to, but I like to read something out of my comfort zone. So I think that with this is really good. And then one from April is also one that's a bit out of my comfort zone. And it has foiling on the cover, and then it has on the dust jacket art and just it, and it's also signed, I believe. It's I can't get, yeah, and it's also signed by the author. And I will only read what this says here on the back. Such beauty, those roses blooming in the cold. My eyes catch on a faint glint in the shadow, and I squint to see what it is. A fawn, sharp as a needle, as long as my forefinger. Nothing it assassins, ever. And that sounds interesting. Bit out of my comfort zone of fantasies that I normally read, and I want to expand my fantasy genres into more some that I don't normally gravitate to, and that is part of the goal why I subscribe to Outgrade, because I get some books that I don't normally would pick up, and this one I love is stunning, so I'm looking forward to reading it. So yeah. I'm going to take a stack over here to make it easier for myself. So the next one is the April Owlquate, and that is Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. And this one is stunning. I love this cover much more than the original. It's so beautiful. It's about this mysterious hotel, and look at the inside papering, and it has Greeting Traveler on the back, and then it has on the just the art as well, and that one is so stunning. I really love that. This one is also signed by the author, and I believe it is about a girl who wants to do anything to keep her sister safe, and then there's a hotel who just shows up for a single day, I believe, and she takes a chance, her and her sister, to get to work on the hotel, but this soon discovers that there's a more sinister part of the hotel itself. I believe that it was a very bad explanation it is about. This one again is something that I wouldn't normally gravitate to, but because of the Outgrade, it's an Outgrade book. It's of course part of the book box and stuff like that. So it's something that I'm definitely going to read. It has my interest, and but at the same time, it wouldn't be anything that I would have bought myself, to speak. So that was the next book. The next book I have here was one that I wanted to pre-order, I believe, last year, but wasn't able to because I was in financial ruin almost. I couldn't pre-ordered it, and then I kind of forgot about it until I saw the cover for the second book, and I was like, yeah, I need this book. And that is The Hand of the Sun King by J.T. Greathouse. And look at this stunning cover. It's so beautiful. And it's, I can read you something, a little blurb here. My name is Vin Elder. I can choose between them, between protecting my family and protecting my people, or I can search out a better path, a magical path, filled with secrets or resistance, which should shake my world to its very foundation. But my search for freedom will entangle me in a war between the gods themselves. and that just sounds awesome. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. Hopefully I like it so I can get the second book. Whoa, the font is huge. Really huge font. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. The next one is a book that I bought because I really, really loved the first one. I am almost done with the first book in this series, and that is the book I have is The Name of All. The book I have is The Name of All Things by Jane Lyons. This is the second book in the Chorus of Dragon series, yeah. And I'm almost done with the first book, and I am missing like 50 pages or something like that, and I almost don't dare read it because I'm so scared to what happens. But I had to buy the second book, and depending on how epic the ending is, I'm probably going to start this right away. I have no idea. I believe this is following, so I have no idea what is going to happen in the second one. But I'm excited nonetheless, and yeah, it's so cool. I'm looking so much forward to this. This is a chunker too. It's a big book, so I'm really looking forward to it. So here we have an old staple on BookTube, as far as I know, and that is the Weird Queen Quartet. So I have read the first one, the Red Queen, around 4 years back, I think, and I really, really loved it. And I didn't continue because I didn't have the second book. And I have been wanting these covers for so long because of their glancing perspective. They're so beautiful. You can feel the crown and all this to wait until I could get the full box sets. So I have Red Queen, Glass Sword, King's Cage, and War Storms. So this one is about this world where people is split in two. One is the Silver Blood, where you get magical abilities, and the second one is Red Blood. That is just normal humans. They're kind of oppressed by the Silvers. And this girl, main character girl, Mare, I believe her name is. I can't remember. Yeah, Mare. She discovers that she has powers, though she is a red blood. And the story goes on from there. And I really, really love the first one. I'm looking forward to read the next one. I have decided to make that I'm reading series and then I'm reviewing the full series in itself. This one is little long down the road. I believe that I have I'm currently reading the Witcher series, and I'm currently also reading the Awakened series by Ellis Kova. The next series that I'm going to do after Ellis Kova is the Ember in the Ashes Quartet, and this one should come after when I'm done with that. So it's a little further behind, but I will get there at some point, I guess. So yeah, I'm really in love with this one. I haven't, but I'm looking forward to read it nonetheless. The next one is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I have never read a Marissa Meyer book before, and I was interested in this series, but I didn't like the old covers. So when they came out with this stunner, I couldn't help but buying it. And this one is a sci-fi. There's a Cinderella retelling, and that is pretty much all I know about it. And I love the cover. It's stunning. I really, really love it. So hopefully I am soon in the mood to more sci-fi. I have not really been in the mood for dystopian and sci-fi, but hopefully I can get back to it at some point. The next one is, I believe, another pre-order. I believe I pre-ordered it. I don't really remember, but that is The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. And this is about, Tara Sim's first adult novel. I have heard that it reads a little young, but that I don't really care about. that much as long as the book is good. So it says back here, for every realm there is a god, for every god there is an heir, for every heir there is a price. Enter the world of bone and shadow magic, of vengeful gods and defiant chosen one. In the City of Dusk, the first book in the Dark Gods trilogy, from a stunning new voice in epic fantasy. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. I really love the feeling of the cover. It's kind of soft. And I love the cover itself. It's stunning. So I'm looking forward also to reading this and this floppy paperback. I love floppy paperbacks so much, and this stack is getting bigger. I have only a few books left. To talk about. So the first one is Master of Sorrows by Justin Cowell. So this one I'm a little intimidated about because after I bought it, I heard that it's going to be a really, really long series. But the one thing that made me interested in this book is it is an villain origin story. And I love villain origin stories. They can be so good, and I have heard so good things about this book. So I couldn't help myself but not buying it, and here we are. And this cover is stunning. I love the gold foiling and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to reading it nonetheless. Hopefully it's not going to be as long as I fear it is, but if I like the story, I might just as well take the plunge, I guess. The next one is part of a series, and that is The Warrior Queen and the Rogue Queen. I believe this is book 3 and this is book 4 in the 100 Queens series. And the 100 Queens series is about a girl who gets chosen by this, I don't remember what he's called, but kind of a king, and to be his 100th queen. And then she have to fight to keep that position as the 100th queen. And that is how the story goes from there, and she falls in love with her bodyguard. And I have enjoyed the book so far. It's very neutral series for me. It's not, I don't love it with all my heart, but I don't hate it either. So I decided, because they are so short, that I would buy the 2 last books in the series so I can get to read them at some point. The next one is The Woven Kingdom by Tara Mafi, I believe. Sorry if I pronounced her name wrong. I have never read a book by this author before because I wasn't really interested in her other series that she have written. So this one is her newest release, and it says here, let's see, to all the world, Alicia is a disposable servant, never to be known for who she really is, the long-lost heir of an ancient Jin kingdom. She is hunted always, forced to hide in plain sight, lest she expose herself to danger, until one day she makes a mistake. The Crown Prince Cameron has heard the prophecies. He knows of the fearsome monster promised to kill his king. Darkness is fast descending upon his empire, driving Cameron to desperately seek out its source, but he grows ever more suspicious of the servant girl with strange eye. And it sounds really interesting, and when I saw this in the bookstores, I was like, let's try it out. And I love the chapter pages, are so beautiful. The problem with the paperback, it's so stiff. It's like you almost can't open it without fearing it to break the book. But I'm looking forward. I really like the cover, actually. I believe this is in Persian-inspired fantasy. I'm not completely sure. But it sounded interesting. Okay, 2 books left. I don't know how many books I've talked about right now. I've been recording for 22 minutes, and I have like 10 minutes left before my phone gets filled. So let's get quick and get the last due so we can get on with our lives. Shout out if you're still here, by the way. The next one is The Merciful Quo by Margaret Owen. I've been looking for this book and for a long time. I heard good things about it, and I heard things about it. But it have caught my interest, and it is a duology, so it should be easy to get through if I like it. I have found out that I've begun to like duologies more. I don't know, it's because I have aged so much or because I have dreaded longer series that might not get finished or something like that. I don't know. This one is where the caste system is birds, and it's about a future chieftain, a fugitive prince, and two cunning bodyguard, and a two cunning bodyguard, and one grumpy gray tabby. And I have no idea what that meant. But it sounded interesting, and I like the cover too. And it's nice fluffy paperback too. I'm getting distracted. It sounded interesting as all the other books did, and hopefully I can get to it at some point. And the last book is The Rebel of the Sand by Elwin Hamilton. This one is an old staple on BookTube as well, I believe. But I have been interested in it for a while now. It takes place in the desert, and I love books that take place in the desert settings. And I hate it, or still do. I do despise the cover with humans on. So I got these old school covers. They're so much more beautiful and stunning, and I don't know much else, and it takes place in the desert, and there's a rebellion. So that is all I know. A new dawn, a new desert. So I'm looking forward to that. That is my book haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. What have you recently bought? Do you buy too many books as well? I need to know. Am I the only one? And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.